to sell to Wayfair? And do you have a couple of other questions about how Wayfair works in general? For instance, do you understand what it means to be a Wayfair dropshipper? Do you understand how Wayfair seller fees are? Do you have questions about, well, how do I get support? What is the Wayfair seller support like? Well, if you're curious about that and some other things, hang in and I'm going to be able to help you out. My name is Heather, and we help home decor and furniture suppliers grow their online sales. So, okay, let's dive in and let's see if I can help you out here. First, a Wayfair wholesale account. They have a set of requirements to be able to be a partner with Wayfair. And one of those is a tax ID. Pretty self-explanatory. You need a tax ID. Second, you need liability insurance, and you need to have a ship point in the United States. So that can come in three different ways. You can have your own warehouse. You can have a third-party logistics company or a 3PL, or truthfully, you can even ship it out of your garage if that's what you want to do. You just need a place that is located within the United States that you can ship your product from. Okay, so we've got a tax ID, we have liability insurance, and we are shipping within the United States. Next, you're going to need to be able to set the wholesale cost of your product. See, you set the wholesale, Wayfair sets the retail. Now, another thing that is very helpful, it's not a requirement, but it's just something that I think is helpful to know, which is that Wayfair pays the cost of your shipping. So whether you're shipping small parcel or LTL, Wayfair handles that for you. They give you the FedEx number, or they put you in contact with the partner that can handle that for you. It's also important to remember that Wayfair is not a marketplace. Again, you're applying for a wholesale account. They're really more of a direct wholesale supplier relationship. So that's very different than, say, Amazon or Walmart or other marketplaces. This is not a marketplace. It is a platform, but it is not a marketplace. And Wayfair doesn't use the term sellers. Instead, they talk about partners. They do not like to have third-party resellers on their site, and they very much discourage that. But what they do like to have is partners. So that's what your application is. Okay, so we know now what goes in the application. If you would like more information in videos like this, then I would love it if you would just like this video, and it really helps so that we can know that we're, helping you out here and giving the information you need. So, okay, next, Wayfair does follow the traditional dropship model. That's where they receive the order from the customer, they send it to you either through email and the portal. You or someone from your team processes the orders, gets it from the warehouse, and ships it out, to the customer. Easy peasy. That's what it means to be a drop shipper with Wayfair. You also have a couple of requirements if you're going to work with them. One is you need to update your inventory daily. So every day you need to say how much of your products are left in stock. And then another thing that's a little different is they do use payment terms. So they have a set of options, and you can choose which one's right for you when you're completing your contract. All right, now, so we've covered the requirements. We've covered what it means to be a Wayfair drop shipper. Now I want to talk about a breakdown of Wayfair seller fees. And what they describe as, and how they talk about it, is their allowance program. So Wayfair does have some fees associated with becoming a partner, and they don't use the term Wayfair seller fees. Instead, they have an allowance program. And there are three things that are involved in their allowance program. First of which, it's promotions. So if you choose to participate in the 6 major holiday promotions, they will ask you to take a percentage off of your wholesale cost. In turn, they'll match that same percentage on the retail side. They also have a damage and defect allowance, which is a set percentage, and everyone, opts into that. So it helps so that you don't have to deal with damage and defect returns. So there's a percentage that you need to consider for that. And then last but not least, depending on the payment terms that you choose, you may have an early pay percentage that is associated with your account. So those are the quote unquote fees associated with selling to Wayfair. So we've covered the fees and the requirements and what it means to be a drop shipper. And the last thing I want to do is I want to cover how does Wayfair's seller support work. Now, again, they don't call their partners or their suppliers sellers, they call them partners. And as part of that, they have a partner supplier desk. So if you have a question or are unsure about something, you are supposed to email the partner supplier desk, and one of those individuals will get back to you and answer your question. You can also submit tickets, and that is another way that you can stay in touch and get help from a supplier perspective. And last but not least, they do have like a supplier partner help desk that has videos and all kinds of information. So that is another option for you. That within your vendor portal, you can click on the help and you can scroll for any articles or videos that they have that are associated. So those are the 3 ways that you can get support from Wayfair. Okay, so I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, I would love it if you would take a look at the common misconceptions on Wayfair video. It's the top questions we get asked and things that people always get confused about. So I highly recommend you take a look at that, and hopefully it will help you out.